Good afternoon, Asbury, and welcome to Newswatch 3. I'm Allie Sutton with this week's campus update. With spring break coming up, campus events are cooling down a bit, but when we get back, there is a lot for students to get involved with, including the Asbury Worship Collective live album recording. Let's go to Rachel outside the Great House Theater for more. Hey, Rachel.
Hey Allie, the event so many students have been looking forward to since last year is coming up the week after spring break. The Asbury Worship Collective live album recording will be happening. You will have two opportunities, so March 25th and 26th, to see some of your very own peers perform original songs. They've been working so hard the past semester and last semester as well. They will be performing in the Black Box Theater where I am right now. Tickets will be on sale the week of the performance, so be sure to get those in the CAF kiosk. They'll be $8. Make sure to get tickets ahead of time. You don't want to miss out. It'll be an awesome time. This is Rachel Law with Newswatch 3. Back to you, Allie.
Thank you, Rachel. As of Friday, the Collaborative Learning Center received its official name during a special chapel service with the trustees. Reporter Addie Smith has today's top story.
The Collaborative Learning Center has been under construction since the fall of 2021. In chapel on Friday, we witnessed the official unveiling of the CLC's forever name.
So it's my privilege today. We've called it the Collaborative Learning Center, the CLC, but we're going to put a name on it. We're going to put names, actually, on it. The Collaborative Learning Center and the funding for it happened as part of the Ignited campaign, which transpired over a period of 6 or 7 years.
The ribbon cutting for the CLC will take place on June 25th, and the new academic building will be open for classes when you show up for this fall semester.
Addie Smith, Newswatch 3.
Students are very excited for this fall when classes will take place in the Walt and Rowena Shaw Collaborative Learning Center. With updates on how Asbury did over the weekend and information about the MLB lockout, here's Asa Callow with sports.
Thanks, Allie. The Asbury men's baseball team swept Wright State Lake this weekend, winning 10-8 on Friday and 17-13 on Saturday. Asbury softball split with Oakland City, winning 10-2 in the first game and falling 6-8 in the second. Basketball season came to a close this weekend with Asbury men's basketball falling to Alice Lloyd College 78-81 in the Midwest Regional NCCAA Championship. Now moving over to national sports, the MLB is still currently in a lockout with its players and has now canceled the first 2 series of games, which includes opening day. The league made the announcement Friday after it failed to reach an agreement with the players' union. This isn't the first cancellation as organizations try to hammer out a deal. Last week, all spring training games through Monday were canceled, as well as the first 2 series of the regular season. Opening day was supposed to be March 31st. With the new announcement, the earliest spring training games could start on March 18th. The stoppage marks the first time professional baseball has been canceled due to a labor dispute since the 1994-95 season. Players are not getting paid for games that don't happen. On Saturday, March 5th, a soccer match between Atlas FC and Cataro was called off when violence from the crowd poured onto the field. 22 were injured, and thankfully, no deaths were recorded. Well, that's all the sports we have for you today. Let's go to Addie to give us the weather for the week. Addie?
Thanks, Asa, and hello, Asbury. This past week and weekend, we enjoyed some sun and some warm weather and even broke out the shorts. Yesterday, it was cold and rainy, and so that is an indicator that this week is not going to be sunny. So today, we have a high of 48, and it'll be cloudy, and tonight, we're going to see more clouds and a low of 41. Tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 52, and it'll still be cloudy, so no shorts yet again. And going into the 4-day forecast, we're going to see on Thursday a high of 56 and a low of 36 and another cloudy day. On Friday, we're going to switch it up and it'll be 57 and 32, but we're going to see some more rain. And on Saturday, I know, brace yourselves, we're going to see some snow. It'll be a high of 33 and a low of 21. And on Sunday, it'll be a high of 31 and a low of 18, and so we're going to still see some clouds. So Asbury, I know this is going to be a cold week, but I hope next week your spring break is nice and warm. Addie Smith, Newswatch 3. Back to you, Allie.
Thank you, Addie. It definitely sounds like an interesting weather week here on Asbury's campus. In global news, America's largest oil company, ExxonMobil, pledged on Tuesday to leave its last remaining oil and gas project in Russia. In addition to discounting the Sakhalin-1 project, the energy giant also said it won't invest in new developments in the oil-rich country. The move puts Exxon in line with a growing list of energy companies announcing their intention to leave Russia amid Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. The company released a statement expressing support for Ukraine and condemning Russia's military action. BP and Shell have also announced their intention to pull out of Russia. Other Western companies, including Apple, Ford, and General Motors, have also distanced themselves from Moscow recently in retaliation of the Ukraine invasion. As a result of oil pulling out of Russia, many Americans are paying more to fill up their vehicles, while students here are noticing it, with the typical gallon nearest being almost $3.70. One area seeing an even more severe hike in prices at the pump is Sacramento, California. Shanti Passmore reports.
There's nervousness at the pump.
Obviously, it's going to be heartbreaking.
Jenny Valovidi hasn't filled up her gas tank since last week, before gas hit the $5 mark.
88, yeah. That's a lot more than I thought it'd be.
It usually costs about $65 to fill up, she says. It's a familiar scene at gas stations, the stare at the pump as people anxiously await to see the total cost.
Yesterday midday I filled up for $34. I was up literally probably if not a quarter of a tank. Yes, midday. And right now, oh my gosh, that's so, yeah, I can't.
AAA reports yesterday's average for regular was nearly $5.18. Tonight, it jumped more than 10 cents at $5.29. In Sacramento, the current price for regular is $5.23. Drivers say they're feeling that squeeze. For Sean Stanley, the self-employed contractor says he'll need to not only pass off material costs to customers, but also his mileage to stay afloat.
We're trying our best. I mean, we're definitely watching our pennies on where we spend it, but for the most part, I mean, it's kind of kicking our behind.
The national average for a gallon of regular is $4.01, according to AAA. That's 10 cents below the highest recorded average that was reached in 2008. Airbnb is offering temporary housing for about 100,000 Ukrainians who are fleeing their country because of the Russian invasion. The company says funds for the stays will come from Airbnb's refugee fund alongside assistance from hosts. CEO Brian Chesky is also calling on people in Poland, Germany, Hungary, and Romania to open rooms for Ukrainians in need. More than 800,000 Ukrainian refugees have fled to other countries since the invasion began. Airbnb says although this is just a short-term solution, it will work with governments to get people situated in this time of turmoil. How has the world changed in 100 years? Murray Leibowitz says it hasn't changed enough, and he should know he just celebrated his 100th birthday. The Virginia man grew up in Brooklyn and later served in the U.S. Army in Italy and Egypt during World War II. As war rages in Ukraine, he says if we don't get smart, we're going to end up killing each other. For Murray, it's all the more reason to enjoy the little things. A day surrounded by family and friends, his love of dance, and his appreciation of his girlfriend of 15 years, Joan. In his 100 years, he has seen a lot and chooses to now focus on the good. It's a sentiment many share when the weekend comes to an end. Those back to school and back to work blues, especially for students when spring break is just around the corner. A kid in Kansas felt it too, and now his reaction to catching the bus on a Monday morning is going viral. Haley Tucker has the story.
A red carpet should have been laid out. This Andover 4-year-old has gone viral and he knows it.
How does it feel to be basically like a local celebrity?
I
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Is the fame getting to you?
Yeah.
A moment you may relate to, captured on the family security camera. 4-year-old Landry King clearly doesn't want to deal with the preschool Monday blues.
When he's really tired, he gets a bit grumpy, and then he gets way over dramatic.
I saw somebody comment that growing up was learning how to do that in your head instead of in physical form, and that's exactly right. I think we all feel like this on Monday, and I think that's why it's so relatable, is to see the bus and just be like, I can't do it today.
Landry says that's exactly what happened.
I didn't have to put on my mask. So if I did like this, just so tired, I laid on the block.
His parents say the real heroes are the bus staff.
My intent for sending it was just to say thank you for her patience in dealing with a 4-year-old.
He's got all of his energy back now, but he told me when he first watched the video.
I said, that's not funny.
You don't think it's funny?
Yeah.
You were tired.
Yeah.
So the next time you've got a serious case of the Mondays, Landry hopes you may try this maneuver for yourself.
You can see that very kind and patient bus driver coming over to take little Landry's hand and help him face those Monday blues. Luckily for Asbury students, we will get that much needed break next Monday. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in and for trusting us to give you your weekly campus update. News by the students, for the students. For Newswatch 3, I'm Allie Sutton. To all of Asbury, have a wonderful day.